any kind of interference that you might have, cut it low. Now all you've got is a loose seat belt material to slide out. And now guess what you've got? You've got a tetanus. So, as the child runs down the aisle, the ushers, hey, come back here. So, works great. Only problem you have is that Easy On, the Houdini proof one, you notice that it has 3, just like the Safeguard does, but it's really low. They're clear down here, usually in most cases. They're really low, so you end up almost on the floor to get below those buckles to cut those. So just look at all your cam wrap systems that you have and figure that out. Once you get them installed, you might look and go, okay, this child's in a vest. I need to cut the cam wrap to evacuate them. Where am I going to cut it? Have you had a class on how to cut them? Huh? Did you say bite them? What did you say?
Defensive driving now.
Oh, okay, just in defensive driving. Seatbelt cutter. These things are awesome. There's a wives' tale floating around. They'll only cut about 4 times. That's wrong. They'll cut until they get dull. They'll keep cutting. Some of these will cut 100 belts without getting dull if they're done correctly. So, you have any expired seats?
Yeah, I got a box. Let me go get my box.
Oh, we're actually going to do this. This is exciting. We get to tear stuff up. She's got a whole box of expired stuff. She gets so excited about life. She's much worse than I am. I just love this stuff.
We don't let her out by it.
You don't let her. So the bottom line is, and we'll see it here in a minute, is that belt's going to be tight, right? And you're going to be able to look at you go.
I got all these are old expired ones,
Okay.
frayed ones.
Do you want them to go away?
Yeah,
Are they going to go away?
absolutely. That's why I have them in here.
Here.
Oh,
Make her wear it and then cut it off.
So once again, the seat belt itself is tight, right? When you go to cut it. So you don't want to come in here and do this. Always go at a 45, right? So, but if I would have come in at straight, I would have had to work at it. But if you come at 45 degrees angle, they will just go.
Go straight.
Oh.
Just not as easy. You can still, you can still do it. And this is brand new. I don't think it's cut anything in its life. I just took it out of the package this morning. So,
I
but
got
yeah,
some straps in there, so
if anybody wants to mess with that, we can do that.
Yeah, before you leave today.
Dude, that would be fun. I always ask, and say, hey, anybody got a belt that they want to cut? And nobody ever has one. And she's like, I got a whole bunch of expired. Okay, so at this point, what other questions you have? Okay, this is all for you up here, and I want you to feel like you can come up and work with these seats. If you feel like you're uncomfortable with something, I'll be glad to help you. If you feel like you're good at it, show your neighbor, whatever you want to do.
Can
Okay.
I say something too?
Yes.
I know what we have. If you want some help with anything, especially Dan, I know the 2, Steven's not in here, Kurt's not in here, because we had somebody in a vest standing up, just like you were talking about.
Ooh! Did you
So,
really?
if I don't get to them first, will you talk to them about that? I think it's the seat bite thing he was talking about. We have a couple of versions of this. If you think we need something else, if you think we need something different, if you've got a high need case like on one of our buses that we have, we'll work with you. We'll get what you need. I think there's some of these things we don't have. So if you see something you think we need, just let me know.
Does everybody in here?
No, wait.
You should have done
Last
that.
time you got away with hitting a retired state trooper in the face.
I should your wheelchair training class. You should have
Dennis, we've learned from our leaders.
I think Dawn will get you one if one that you're talking about, I think we might have another seat for him, we can put in your
Well,
bus.
and like even,
My problem with putting them all in there is because I've had so much pushback
right,
with parents that say, do not want student in there, and how dare you, and that kind of thing, and so we're gonna do, you go, and it's still doing that, let's try it, we'll see where we go.
yeah.
Make sure you sign the sign-in sheet if you haven't already done it.
So real quick,
Where's she at? Around that. Doesn't matter.
I want to show you real quick
Talking about
this,
raising them.
this one because I don't have something easy on. And I'll show you real quick this here. So these all have adjustments, and she was just talking about the vests sometimes are too much for the shoulders, there's too much material there, then that's the wrong size vest. Right, yeah. The thing of it is now they're taking measurements. When you order vests, because I think she just went through this, you talk to the right people, they're gonna say, I need this measurement, this measurement, this measurement. So I think there's 3 that they need now. Yeah, and it's very important because this is what they've been running into, is that some of these don't adjust. You know, we've got a kid with a really narrow waist, but they're really tall, you know, so they've gotta adapt to that.
The other thing too, winter and summer, you got coat and milk.
Oh, let's talk about that real quick, sorry. No coats, okay? No coats on child restraint systems. There's some, any of them, yeah. Seat belts, the 3-point seat belt's not a problem, because they're designed as that way.
So if it's winter, it goes under their coat?
Yes,
And
and
they
there's
get on the
only
bus?
one way you can fix that, and that is if you put the child in the seat, get everything adjusted the way it needs to be, take the child out of the seat, put the coat on, and then put them back in the seat. And they're gonna be sorry you did that. It's gonna be very tight. So puffy coats, if it's just a thin like windbreaker or something, like here. It's the puffy coats that are the problem. No puffy coats. So they go on, I didn't bring a coat in, backwards. So you just turn them around, have them stick out their arms, put them on backwards. So they're never covered up. If they're cold. But your bus is not getting warm. You're not Get on my bus, it's like 85 degrees in here. So anyway, so these hooks up here, remember the picture? So we'll get this set up in a minute. So you can actually get the
Dejé 4 veces y me cambió
Tell you about the hooks. O-ring. So, when it's in place, down there, you can't push that to open. It won't open. But then you take the hook, the ring, push it up high enough, and it comes off just fine. So, it's really innovative. I don't know who came up with that. I know exactly who came up with it. Her name's Cammy. She's an engineer for Bessie. She came up with that. And I was like, man, that is genius. So that's the one that's in the seat fight. So if the kid is reaching around and hitting that button, now, I mean the clip, they can't unclip it because it will not push. And for them to figure that out, they said they've had some kids that have figured it out. So, yeah, because you got to get it up into that cavity at the top before it'll work. And then on the back side, you're going through the vest, right? So it goes through the vest, and then it comes clear around, so it's back into this knee ring, which is on the seat back. So they can't get through here, and I'll set it up on this seat in here. I just wanted, before everybody left, so, you know, if you don't want to come up here, I get it. But, yeah, I get it. So, anyway, wanted to touch base on those 2 things. Good, thank you for bringing up the code thing. I completely fixed it all. You bet.
We have a lot of these.
Yeah.
You guys learned something?